Well, hello, everybody. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto under 20. And today is Sarah's School. And usually I've been taking a chapter of the Badditives and discussing it with you ad nauseum. But today, instead of dissecting this chapter in my monthly free at the, when you check out, is the Vitality magazine that I often take stuff from. And this was, the long and the short of it is food companies hiding harmful high fructose corn syrup under a new name. How shocking, how surprising, how typical, right? They're going to just fatten us up some way. And then I just think of all the medical equipment that has to handle, I've been watching a lot of the 600-pound life videos. The new medical equipment that has to handle all the larger people, the wheelchairs, the gurneys, the ambulances, the door frames, the weighing mechanisms. It's just amazing. Everybody's salivating about us getting fat and sick. It's totally amazing. But this is the funny part. Right next to it, this is the place that I worked for 10 years. I love that. And then this is what we specialized in. Oh yeah, baby. Prime rib, 2 nights a week. And you bet I worked in both. I loved my prime rib. Oh my God. The fat was wonderful. So this simple little article here just sums it up. So most of us are used to high fructose corn syrup in tons of our packaged foods, most of our sweetened sodas, and the like. It's much cheaper than sugar and easier to put in. And so these companies aren't about our health. Sorry, I had to get one more sip in. Can I say I had a parched throat and you'd believe me? I didn't think so. Anyway, so it extends the shelf life as well of the processed foods. These are the things that high fructose corn syrup is linked to. Stop me if you don't think that these are the diseases of the standard American diet. Stop me, okay? I'll pause a little after each one. Heart disease, obesity, dementia, diabetes, cancer, and liver failure. Shocking, huh? All chronic, brought on to us by our foods, diseases with the standard American diet. Shame on America. But manufacturers have come up with a sneaky way to fool their customers so they don't have to change their money-making ways. Oh, of course. Instead of removing the cheap, harmful ingredient, they have just changed its name on packaging to conceal that it's in there. So take notes, class, because this is what's going to be on your labels, and they're just sneaking it in there. This is just... All right, for years, the corn industry has tried to mislead us. I know, it's shocking again. In 2010, the Corn Refiners Association sought to improve the image of high fructose corn syrup. It's got an image issue. Sent it to a therapist. Thankfully, the Food and Drug Administration stepped up and turned down their request to name high fructose corn syrup, HFCS, to the more natural sounding term corn sugar. So they refused that, the FDA. They probably weren't paid enough, right? Nonetheless, they succeeded in changing the name to a form of HFCS called HFCS-90. And this is where it gets alarming. Well, it gets alarming on the last page, but the HFCS-90, they get to change it to fructose or fructose syrup. Since fructose makes up the sugar content in fresh fruits, it sounds much healthier than HFCS, right? However, when we consume fructose as a fruit, we consume it along with fiber, enzymes, minerals, and vitamins. But we really aren't consuming fruit on the Keto under 20 food plan. Berries, after maintenance or maybe 6 months of strict keto. Strict keto, you know my strict keto versus somebody else's strict keto. You do, don't you? If not, go back and watch the last 10 podcasts. The toxic ingredient, now called fructose, or fructose syrup contains even higher concentrations of high fructose corn syrup, making it much more of a health risk than the good old HFCH. The regular HFCS, this is the difference, is -42 or -55. And this is now -90. So you can see that it's got more concentration in it, 90%. The Corn Refiners Association stated a third product, HFCS 90, is sometimes used in natural, this is just so sinful, in natural and light foods where very little is needed to provide sweetness. Oh. Syrups with 90% fructose will not state high fructose corn syrup on the label. They will state fructose or fructose syrup. So look for those two, because those are where it's hidden. Food companies are taking advantage of the name change, I'm shocked, to hide even more HFCS in their products. For example, the General Mills Vanilla Chex cereal you're buying may say no high fructose corn syrup on the front of the box, but HFCS will be hidden in the ingredients under the name fructose, which is the highly concentrated form of HFCS. Instead of listening to the demands of the people for healthier food, big food corporations are successfully concealing the one ingredient that consumers are trying to avoid. What about the FDA? What about it? Crickets? They declined to recognize HFCS as safe. So why aren't they taking action? Is it the new jet that the guy from Kellogg's gave him? I don't know. Due to budget reasons and long product review times, the FDA decided in 1997, a full 21 years ago, that food companies could review their own products. Oh my God. And determine whether they were safe or not. This self-regulatory system legally enables food companies to put profits above safety. I know, it's shocking again. Did I say I was going to have my own opinion in every sentence after? Oh, well, I am. Even though multiple scientific studies add to a growing body of evidence that indicates high fructose corn syrup consumption may result in negative health consequences when compared to natural sugar, high concentrations of it are still allowed in our food chain. In the United States, food ingredient information is written for regulators and scientists, not the average consumer. Right? Got it? That's why it's going to be hidden. Anne Munoz Furlong, founder of the nonprofit advocacy group Food Allergy and Anaphylaxis Network. So people must be having allergic reactions to a lot of these sort of things. The best way to protect your family is, of course, to inform yourself about hidden toxins in your food. Avoid processed foods, which most of us are doing here on keto, right? This is not for a Weight Watchers video. And scan our food labels thoroughly. So look for, and there's other hidden sugars in all of these processed foods too. So you know it. And even if they say keto or low carb or something like that on the front, see how they can put on the back the high fructose corn syrup, because it's hidden and it's changed under fructose and fructose syrup. So deceiving, so awful. Here are some other names that HCSFS is hidden. So look out for maize syrup, glucose fructose syrup, tapioca syrup, fruit fructose, and crystalline fructose. Doesn't that say it all? So look out for those boxes, look out for those drinks, look out for those energy drinks. You never know what you're getting in those. And trust me, going from high fructose corn syrup to aspartame is not a healthy trade-off. You know, it's like when you think of the good old real sugar that we try to avoid, and we did avoid because we were given all these alternatives. Maybe the real sugar wasn't the problem so much as these other things. And yeah, in the old standard American diet. Well, this new substandard American diet is not looking good, is it? So beware, do your homework, look up what the 68 plus sugars are and their funny names and how they're hidden in the foods. Be an educated consumer when it comes to buying things that aren't wholesome. But stick to wholesome. Stick to wholesome. You can't have your fruits, but you can have your berries after a certain amount of time. Please make them organic as best you can. And we'll see what happens in Sarah's school the next time. But fructose and fructose syrup, shame on them. Thanks so much for watching. And if you do begin to read these labels and you see them, let us know what product you see this hidden, horrible toxin in. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto Under 20 and no HFCS in my foods. Bye-bye for now.